understand why we lift our hands and sing praises, and people can't comprehend that when we dance we're not crazy. See, maybe they don't realize that sitting high is the Father, and this is what we were created for, nothing less or more but to worship you. And I just wanna say that yours is the best love that I've ever had. And I just wanna say that I think it's only fair that we give it back. I love you. I love you. Just as surely as I know my name, I know one thing I'll never.
Hey guys, this is Safina and you are watching A King's Love Convos. This video is entitled God's Beauty Pageant. So beauty, what is beauty? The whole idea of beauty and self-esteem and being beautiful and pretty, and that's something that for a long time I struggled with growing up, just not feeling like I was pretty, or being picked on for certain things. Like I used to get made fun of because of my lips or because of my forehead or just little stupid stuff. And for a long time I've dealt with just those low self-esteem issues and comparing myself to other women and other girls. And I remember I used to go to a junior high school with mostly Spanish girls, and so you know they had the slick down ponytail, and you know they in junior high school it started to get developed, and you know had the shape, and all the guys wanted them and all the guys liked them, and here I am all scrawny and skinny, and just to me I just didn't think that I was beautiful, or I didn't think that I was pretty, or I just struggled with that big time. You know, it still was a struggle for me even throughout high school. When I started my relationship with Christ is when I really started to have real self-esteem and real confidence. And it wasn't because I finally looked in the mirror and was like, oh, I'm bad, I'm beautiful. But it was because I understood and I finally realized what Jesus did for me, and realizing that my worth is not in anything else but Him. God's idea of beauty and our idea of beauty and this world's idea of beauty is two totally different things. And a lot of us, we spend so much time on the outside, on our sewing, on our makeup, on our hair, on our clothes, on our wardrobe, making sure we're fly. And all of that stuff is great, it's okay, wonderful, do you. My question to you is, do you spend more time making your makeup look nice or making sure your heart is right before God? Because that to God is what makes us beautiful. And I know it sounds cliche and I know it sounds corny, but God does not care about your sewing. God does not care about your makeup and your hair. And again, those things aren't bad, but at the end of the day it comes down to our heart, and it comes down to the condition of our heart. A lot of us are beautiful on the outside and got it going on the outside, but if you look at the condition of our heart and you look on the inside, we're insecure, we're bitter, we're full of unforgiveness, full of daddy issues, full of insecurity, jealousy, hurt, pain. Just on the inside we're jacked up, but on the outside we're beautiful. And to God, beauty is a heart that's right before Him, that trusts Him, that knows who she is because of Him. And I think it's in Proverbs 31 where it says, you know, she laughs. The Proverbs 31 woman, if you haven't read it, I suggest you do. But it says she laughs without fear of the future, because she has a heart that trusts in Him so much, where her definition and her identity is not in her hair, it's not in her makeup, it's not in anything else, but it's in Christ alone. So she's not worried about her biological clock. She's not worried about whether she's gonna get married or not. She's not worried about anything else, because she's so rooted and founded in Christ, where none of that stuff matters. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 4 says, "Clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a quiet and gentle spirit, which is so precious to God. This is how the holy women of old made themselves beautiful. They trusted God and accepted the authority of their husbands." So again, in the eyes of God, the baddest woman in the world, the most beautiful woman in the world to God, is the women who trust Him, who have a gentle and quiet spirit, who submit to their husbands. And I know for a lot of us that's hard for us, because we grew up without a father, or we just didn't have that example of what a husband and a wife should look like. But to God, he's saying a woman that submits to her husband without fear of what he might do, that to him is beautiful. A woman who has a quiet and gentle spirit, where she's nurturing, she's loving, she takes care of the people, she takes care of the people around her, she takes care of strangers, she's giving, she's nurturing, she's kind. That to God is what is so beautiful to him. And so I just encourage you to make sure that your perspective is right when it comes to this whole idea of beauty, and truly understand that when you look in the mirror and you think you're ugly, it honestly is like a slap in the face to God, because he created me and you in his image and his likeness. And so when you say, God, I'm not pretty, God, I'm not this, God, I'm not this, and God, I'm not that, I feel like God sometimes looks at us and says, like, I don't make mistakes. I don't make mistakes. And I know you probably heard that so many different times, and I know it sounds kind of cliche, but you truly were fearfully and wonderfully made. You weren't an afterthought. God didn't just, you know, just throw you out there. He took time to create you and to make you into this woman that you are now. Don't let this world define who you are. Don't let CoverGirl and media and all of this stuff twist your mind to make you believe that a big behind and a long 26-inch Brazilian weave, that's what makes you beautiful, because it doesn't. And when you truly understand that and you know your worth in Christ, forget about everything else. But when you truly know your worth in Christ, you can't be moved by anybody. So no matter what people call you, no matter what people say your nose is too big, your lips are too big, your hips are too small, your butt is too small, at the end of the day, you can't be moved, because your worth is not found in how you look, it's found in who you serve. I really want you guys to get this. Like, I'm not trying to be cute, I'm not trying to like come up here and give you guys like this cliche little hoorah sermon, but I really truly believe that so many of us have just been deceived by the world of what beauty is. And so I just encourage you guys to internalize that. I don't want you to just clap and say, oh girl, that was a good word. No, if you have a hard time grasping this, pray about it. Ask God to help you see your worth. Ask God to help you gain revelation, not just an understanding, but a true revelation of what beauty is to him, and ask him to help you to understand it and to get it and to believe it. Because once you start to believe it, then your actions will line up, and so you're not going to allow people to take advantage of you. You're not going to put yourself in certain situations, because you already know your worth in Jesus Christ. You already know a man died for me 2,000 years ago, so I'm not about to let you undo what God already did. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye. I'm so hungry. This is abuse.
You be quiet. You record this video.
You see? Abuse.
You record this video. It better be
anointed.
anointed.
Fed all day.
It better be anointed.
Haven't been fed all day.
Quiet.
I'm about to faint right now. I can't even do this video. But since I'm a humble servant of the Lord, I submit to my slave.
You want to eat today?
The devil is a spirit, and he speaks into our minds. And so a lot of times what he would say is, oh, well, did God really say that, you know, you're not supposed to be having sex till marriage? Did God really say that was a sin? Because, you know, God knows that we're human, and we, you know, we have feelings, and we're sexual beings. So like I said before, the devil always makes you question what God already made clear.